Hello, my friends. Last time we talked about delayed gratification and how the millennials' lack of delayed gratification makes them miserable. And let's talk about another aspect, closely related to delayed gratification, that makes millennials miserable. To hit the heart of this subject, we have to see the quasi-communistic socialistic role this mentality has on their culture. They see the world as haves and have-nots. If you have, clearly you've done something to the have-nots. You've stolen it. You've stolen wealth. You're taking up too much. You don't deserve that. If we may be so political, you didn't build that. Now, what makes someone miserable when they believe these kinds of things is, well, first off, if they do ever succeed, well, they're miserable because they don't think they deserve it. And they must hate themselves for being so successful and rich. Well, one only has to look at Hollywood to see this manifest itself. Name me an actor who doesn't attack the rich, what they are, and say they don't deserve to be rich and that they should give more to the poor while not actually giving anything to the poor themselves. So, what happens then when they don't succeed, or they remain mediocre? Well, it's not their fault. It was fate. It was all those have-not-haves. They are the have-nots, so the haves must have taken something from them. Now, I say this is a war between fate and fortune because they name fate as the haves. This mindless, all-powerful force run by this cadre of patriarchal, Western, capitalist, insert buzzword here. They blame this quasi-fate character, this character in their mind, for all their problems. It's not their fault. No. Can't be their fault. Who knows? Maybe it's not their fault. But even if it isn't their fault, they'd be better off if they thought it was. Now this may seem strange, or even sound victim-blaming-ish, but no. If you account for what you did to put yourself into whatever rut you are in, you are more likely to fix whatever it is you did in the future. You're more likely to become a better person, a person who can be happy again. See, when you fail, you need to pick yourself up. And if you blame some strange, all-powerful force for your failure, well, what are you going to do against that? What can you do against fate? Nothing. Fate does what fate will. You're just along for the ride. So, my friends, you must believe in fortune. Oh yes, for fortune favors the bold. Now that statement is of course cliché. It's been used many times. But most people don't understand what it entails. I read a book once. It was a lovely little book. For the life of me, I cannot remember its name. I found this little jewel in a library in the middle of Missouri. And it was an entire book on fortune. But more accurately, that successful people make their own fortune. Fortune, unlike fate, does not just dole things out on a whim. Fortune favors the ones who work for it. Now this, you'll probably say, well, I've seen plenty of bold people fail, yes. But what do bold people do when they fail? Well, they pick themselves back up and jump back into the fray. They keep going and going till finally they get a break. You see, if we're going to bring fate into this, let's say fate, or life, gives everybody opportunities. Now the one who thinks fate rules everything will see that opportunity and think, I failed last time. I will fail this time. I'm not even going to try. Woe is me in my life, how fate hates me. But you see, the one who believes in fortune, the bold one, sees that opportunity and takes it. Yes. That audition, let's say. That lucky elevator ride with the boss. The cab ride with somebody who can give you a loan for that business you want to start. That job interview that you landed in your lap out of the blue. Take your pick. See, when you believe in fate, you don't take those opportunities. You don't take your luck when it comes. See, there's a mentality in the end. A mentality you have to jump when those opportunities come. Do not let the concept of fate bring you down. Now, part of this comes back to our earlier discussion about delayed gratification, because there's a lot of waiting when it comes to delayed gratification, and it would seem that a bold person never holds still, and you would be right. See, part of waiting, delayed gratification, and fortune favoring the bold is you're not inactive while you wait. You may be waiting for your lucky break, but you don't just sit there. You don't just muck around in your job. You don't just muck around at school. You don't just muck around jobless. If you're jobless and you can't find a job, do everything you can to find it, of course. But build up a skill. Learn that instrument like a madman. Help out at your local church or community service. Teach yourself about philosophy. Start any little project you can think of. Go for it. Get your mind working. Because you don't know when any of those will give you that lucky break. And maybe none of them will. And eventually you'll find that job. But you have all these extra skills to build off of. Now the important thing is, when you are waiting, you must stay active. The active person is a bold person. The inactive may be bold, but their minds will be too slow, their bodies too sluggish, to jump on their opportunity before it flies on by. See, there's a simple rule in physics. A body that is in motion tends to remain in motion, and a body that is still or inactive tends to remain still and inactive. It's a nice little metaphor to put upon the human body and mentality. If you're an inactive person, you're not going to be able to force yourself into action, whether mental or physical, when you need to. You may even see the opportunity, but you'll be too slow to act. Or you may be quick enough to act, but because you've been so inactive, you are not to par for the task. You'll find yourself wanting, and you'll lose that opportunity and fail. Now, you mustn't be afraid of failure, but I think we can all agree we'd like less of it. This is a huge part of life, and achieving success, and just liking who you are. You don't like who you are because you don't achieve, you don't succeed. You know you're meant for more, but you never try to obtain it. You never chase fortune down. See, we view fate as this all-powerful being that tortures or rewards on whims, but fortune is like a stag or a unicorn. We have to chase it down in the woods. We have to hunt it, pursue it. Like a beautiful woman at the bar, who you know everyone's pursuing. Ooh, it takes a man, a true man, to pursue her down the whole way. Not that you should necessarily go for the pretty girls at the bar, but you understand the point. Fortune must be chased. Doggedly, with determination and skill. You don't have the skill, build that skill as you still put up the chase. You don't have stamina to put up the chase, build it up. Do it till you can finally catch fortune. Now, my friends, never forget your delayed gratification as you chase after fortune. This is a balance between waiting and a balance of acting. Always be productive in your waiting. Always act on your opportunities. Happiness. Happiness that comes not just from feelings that are weighing or given to you by drugs or Lord knows what else. That goal is obtainable. But to get there, it's going to be a long road that's even harder to follow than the hunt for fortune. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope this video helps you out in this little adventure we call life.